3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
On July 22nd, SpaceX conducted the Falcon 9 rocket launch. Its task is to deploy another 53 Starlink Internet mini-satellites into orbit. In Ukraine, the stations have been operating and providing satellite communications for 5 months already.
Безлімітний інтернет, безкоштовний.
Unlimited internet, free. Elon Musk's SpaceX, it looks like this. We point it at the satellite. The satellite looks for us. Voila! And that's it. And the connection to Starlink starts.
The Ukrainian soldier captured this video at one of the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in early March. The first Starlink terminals were activated in Ukraine on February 26th, 2 days after Russia began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Ukraine received them for free. Elon Musk responded to a tweet posted by the Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, Mikhailo Fedorov, asking to provide Starlink to Ukraine urgently.
They help us in our everyday fight on all fronts. We are ready, even if there is no light, no fixed internet, through generators using Starlink to renew any connection in Ukraine. Mikhailo Fedorov, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, in an interview with Politico.
Now there are about 14,000 Starlink terminals activated all over Ukraine. These figures were given by Todd Humphries, a professor at the University of Texas, who has studied the work of the satellite system in consultations with SpaceX staff.
It's a crystal clear example that secure backup communications is going to be the lifeline of any modern military engagement. The nimbleness with which Starlink was set up in Ukraine was just astounding. Todd Humphries, professor at the University of Texas, in an interview with Politico.
Starlink stations allow communication in combat conditions. The Ukrainian soldiers use them to adjust artillery strikes, control drones, and plan their actions.
We wired 220 volts here, and then we have a Starlink, thanks to volunteers and personally to Elon Musk, and we can destroy the enemy even on live streaming, and in fact it's a very convenient thing. A tablet at hand, a map of combat operations, and an online exchange with the command center.
If the Russian army is jamming communications in the area of hostilities and because of this mobile communications do not work, satellite internet allows the Ukrainian military to communicate with their relatives.
So, well, we see such positions here, we've made comforts ourselves. Oh, that's a Starlink dish. Well, let's see what the guys are doing now. Maybe resting, maybe. Guys, what's up? Buddy, don't disturb me, I'm talking to my relatives.
The Russian army during its unsuccessful operations has also announced a hunt for Starlink, located on the Ukrainian positions, military says. It is as important for Russians as destroying a howitzer or a multiple launch rocket system.
Перемога у сучасній війні.
Victory in modern warfare will go to whoever has the best technology and is better able to use it, because the Russians have a lot of equipment, but it's old, it's inaccurate, it breaks down all the time, they lose it, abandon it, and so on, and modern weapons need technology. Starlink is exactly the technology which is essentially key for our victory after all.
According to Konstantin Korsun, satellite terminals on the front lines are not enough yet. He says that it would be better if every unit on the front line has a Starlink station. This is likely to be so. The supply of the Ukrainian army with Starlink terminals is supported by the American government. Wired writes that the United States Agency for International Development has paid for the transportation of 5,000 terminals and the cost of our 1,000 items of equipment. Reported by Roman Smolar, Natalia Belokudrya, UATV News.